Deep within the vibrant heart of an Indian jungle, where ancient trees reached for the sky and the air hummed with life, lived a lion. He was the undisputed king, a majestic figure whose roar once echoed through the valleys, a symbol of absolute power. For years, he had ruled his territory with unmatched strength and a fierce presence that commanded respect from every creature, big and small. But time, the silent river, flows for everyone, even for kings. With each passing season, the lion's golden mane grew a little grayer. His powerful muscles ached a little more, and a deep weariness began to settle in his old bones. His reign, once defined by sheer force, was now maintained by the memory of his former glory. He would spend his days resting under the cool shade of a sprawling banyan tree, his amber eyes gazing out at the kingdom he had so proudly protected, a kingdom that was slowly starting to feel the effects of his fading vigor. The jungle, ever-changing, was waiting, listening, for a new kind of strength to emerge. Just a stone's throw from the edge of this ancient jungle, nestled among rolling green hills, was a small, peaceful farm. It was here, as the sun cast its first golden rays upon the dew-kissed grass, that a new life began. A calf was born. He wasn't just any calf. He was a bundle of boundless energy and raw, untapped power. From the moment he shakily stood on his long legs, he was a spectacle of vitality. His coat was the color of rich earth, and his eyes were wide with curiosity and a spark of innocent mischief. He would spend his days frolicking in the open pastures, his youthful exuberance a beautiful dance against the serene landscape. He'd chase butterflies with clumsy determination, kick his heels up in sheer joy, and test his growing strength against sturdy fence posts. His joyful bellows would carry on the wind, a sound of pure, unadulterated life. The farmers marveled at his spirit, and the other animals on the farm were drawn to his infectious energy. This young calf, full of life and promise, was the very picture of burgeoning strength, a force of nature just beginning to understand its own potential. He was the embodiment of youth's powerful, untamed spirit. From his vantage point under the banyan tree, the old lion's gaze often drifted towards the farm at the jungle's edge. Day after day, he watched the young calf. He saw the calf playfully headbutt a tree, its small frame radiating a power that reminded the lion of his own younger days. He watched it gallop across the fields, its movements so effortless, so full of untiring energy. A strange and unfamiliar feeling began to stir within the old king's heart. It wasn't just admiration, it was a prickle of insecurity, a shadow of a threat. This calf, so young and strong, represented everything the lion was slowly losing. The lion's own power was built on a foundation of physical dominance, and seeing this vibrant new strength grow so close to his territory felt like a challenge to his very identity as king. The fear of being replaced, of becoming irrelevant, gnawed at him. One evening, as the sun bled orange and purple across the sky, the lion made a decision. His pride, old and stubborn, would not allow this potential rival to go unchecked. He would confront this calf. He would reassert his dominance and prove, to the jungle and to himself, that he was still the most powerful creature in the land. The challenge was set, not in words, but in the lion's determined heart. As the old lion stewed in his jealousy, a wise old elephant named Ganapati, who had seen countless seasons come and go, noticed the king's troubled spirit. Ganapati's skin was like the bark of an ancient tree, and his eyes held the calm, deep wisdom of the ages. He had observed the lion watching the calf, had seen the flicker of fear and pride in the old king's eyes. One afternoon, he approached the lion, his steps slow and deliberate. "Great king," Ganapati said, his voice a low, gentle rumble. "I see you watch the young one on the farm. His energy is bright, like the morning sun." The lion scoffed. "His strength is an insult to my reign. He knows nothing of the jungle, yet he flaunts his power." Ganapati nodded thoughtfully. He then gestured with his long trunk towards a massive, unyielding boulder. "Your strength could shatter that rock in your youth, could it not?" The lion nodded proudly, and yet, the elephant continued, "the persistent trickle of a small stream can wear that same boulder down to sand, not with force, but with time and patience. Your roar can shake the trees, but it is the silent, steady growth of their roots that holds the earth together." The lion listened, his anger slowly subsiding, replaced by a dawning understanding. "Strength is a valuable gift, O king," the wise elephant concluded, "but it is fleeting. True, lasting power comes from experience. It is the wisdom to know when to act and when to wait. Patience, not pride, is what achieves more than any single act of force ever could." The elephant's words settled over the lion like a calming balm. He looked at his own weathered paws, the tools of a lifetime of battles, and then back at the distant, vibrant calf. For the first time, he saw not a rival, but a different kind of power, a different part of the great cycle of life. The old lion learned a profound lesson that day: to respect the balance of the world, the beautiful interplay between the fire of youth and the quiet wisdom of age. With his newfound perspective, the lion's heart changed. Instead of seeing a threat, he now saw an ally. He approached the edge of the jungle not with a challenge, but with an offer of guidance. The young calf, initially wary of the formidable predator, soon sensed the old king's sincere intentions. The lion began to teach the calf the ways of the jungle: how to read the winds, how to listen for the snap of a twig that signaled danger, and how to understand the delicate balance of their shared world. In return, the calf's youthful energy and sharp senses became the lion's own. One dry season, a pack of wild dogs, driven by hunger, began to encroach on the jungle and the farm, threatening the smaller animals and the farmer's livestock. The old lion, with his strategic mind and years of experience, devised a plan. He knew the dogs' habits, their strengths, and their weaknesses, but he no longer had the speed or stamina to execute it alone. This is where the calf shone. Following the lion's guidance, the powerful young calf charged through the underbrush, his thundering hooves creating a diversion and scattering the pack. His strength, a formidable display that sent the intruders fleeing in panic. The lion, positioned perfectly, let out a mighty roar that sealed their retreat. They had done it. Together. The lion's wisdom and the calf's strength had become a single, unbeatable force. They patrolled the borders, the old king and the young guardian, a symbol of a new kind of harmony. They maintained peace and order, proving that when different strengths are combined, the entire community benefits. And so, a new era of peace dawned upon the jungle and the farm. The partnership between the old lion and the young calf became a living legend, a story told to all the young animals. The moral of their tale was clear and echoed through the rustling leaves and flowing streams. Brute strength alone is like a fire without direction, powerful but destructive. Experience without the energy to act is like a map with no one to read it. But when the wisdom of age and the vigor of youth work hand in hand, they create a harmony that can overcome any obstacle. True power is not about individual dominance, but about cooperation and mutual respect. It is about understanding that every generation has a unique gift to offer, and that the world thrives not when one replaces the other, but when they learn to walk the path together. The jungle flourished, safer and more vibrant than ever before, a testament to the beautiful truth that the greatest strength is found in unity. Thank you so much for joining us for this story. We hope it brought a little bit of wisdom and warmth to your day. If you enjoyed it, please give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next adventure. We'd love to have you back.